Alrighty, hello. So, yeah, I think I might just do warm up till Wick, just so I can get VF blood. Something I do want to change though is that I was realizing, I guess I was realizing that partway through games, like I stopped getting skill recommendations, and I was trying to figure out why. And I realized it's because like these two saved plans probably don't have them. So I'm just gonna check this. Yeah. E W E Q passive E E W passive E W W W Q Q Q Q alt. Okay, and then same thing for this. Probably, yeah. W E Q passive E W passive E W W W Q Q Q Q alt. Okay, that should help things out a little bit.
Now it's my turn.
Okay. Yeah. I was also like remembering that something I did previously was like looking over notes from like previous blocks, but I didn't really write notes last time. I was mostly just playing a bunch. And by playing a bunch, it really ended up only being 4 games, but
The experiment will now begin. Satellite radar activated.
Anything useful?
I don't think there is anything useful
Take a
there.
deep breath. Or should I say a prayer? This will be useful.
Oh yeah, I could have already been leaving.
Focus. When I open my eyes,
I actually only need 1
I'll be in
piano
a
wire from
totally
here.
different place. I've assembled something useful.
Okay, actually something I will do is look at the loot distribution chart for this specific spawn. Okay, so this one was actually just the one that goes up and over.
This will be useful.
Well, I think there's a good chance I want to at least check this particular one anyways, because I kind of imagine it'll be less looted.
I'll be really disappointed if this goes poorly. Just set the trap like this. This will be useful. Probably. This way. With precision. I don't feel any better. Almost passed this up. I could find a use for this. Surprisingly heavy.
Okay.
There must be a few tourists at some point. Dusty in there. Well, I improved a bit at least. I don't think I'm particularly talented, but I might have made something good here. Anything useful? Not totally awful. Almost passed this up. Well, I improved a bit at least. With precision. Shouldn't improved a bit at least.
A new area has been restricted.
I might have made something good here. Take a deep breath. I've locked away memories of school.
That was maybe not actually the fastest way.
It's a privilege. I don't feel any better. I'll keep this in mint condition. I'll stay in there. Will the break time bell ring? Well, I improved a bit at least. This alley is filthy. I'll stay in there.
I need rocks.
It's a privilege. I won't let it get messy. I'll stay in there. Better not let down my guard. A gift no one will refuse. With precision, I don't feel any better. Have been busy here.
A new
Wait.
area has been restricted.
Oh, yeah, I actually didn't need that.
I won't let it get messy. I don't feel any better.
Subject has been terminated.
Unnecessarily. Take a deep breath. Is it okay to swing my sword here? I'll take my chances. I don't think I'm particularly talented, but I might have made something good here. I'll keep this in mint condition. Almost messed this up. With precision. I only need a few minutes. I suddenly feel colder. It's all in my head. Almost passed this up. My feelings.
I guess the only thing left now is short road.
I'd better be careful where I step. I won't let it get messy. This way.
I guess I could have also gotten that thing.
I'll be really disappointed if this goes poorly. I'll keep this in mint condition. This way! Focus.
A new area has been restricted.
I feel colder. It's all this way.
uh,
I won't let it get messy. This way.
okay.
I just hope the water is clean. Almost passed this up. I'll be really disappointed if this goes poorly.
Man, it's still like a really long time till Wick spawns.
I don't like this. It feels like cheating.
So at this point it could be time for some orchid gaming.
Should I grab some water? I'll stay in there.
Oh my gosh, so many flowers.
With precision. Shouldn't need to do this often.
That's gonna be an uptown.
Focus.
A subject has been terminated.
Look, I can see the fish.
Yeah, at this point I'm kind of just running up the clock
Terminated.
City.
a bit.
Today it's empty. Almost passed this up. It's a privilege.
A subject has been terminated. Someone is consecutively eliminating survivors.
I don't like this. It feels like cheating. That's too bad.
A new area has been restricted.
Anything I need around here?
I thought just like kill the objectives.
It's a privilege.
A subject has been terminated.
This way. This alley is filthy.
A subject has been terminated.
My feelings. I only need a few minutes. I'd better search elsewhere. Do I have to take my shoes off inside?
Might actually be good to get some SP items at some point.
Valuable. With precision. Focus. This. I don't need to do this often. I won't let it get messy. I'll stay in there.
Doop doop doo.
At least there are still some nice houses. With precision. Focus. This way. When I open my eyes, I'll be in a totally different place. everything I need around here?
A new area has been restricted.
With precision. I'll take my chances. Focus. This way.
What would I actually get rid of at this point? I guess I might just drink
A
SP
subject
stuff.
has been
Like,
terminated.
grab this.
A subject has been terminated.
There's nothing I really want to
Subject
drop
has
at
been
this point.
terminated. A subject has been terminated.
This would maybe be the
Must have been
best,
busy
but
here.
yeah. I think at this point I can just hit explode though.
I was weaker than I thought.
Hmm. Alright, the other was movement mastery. Okay. Yeah, so I guess going back to like this spawn, I think even if I get it, I probably want to path this way. Mostly because if I start pathing this way and someone's already looted it and something important is missing, I'm just completely screwed as far as like how to loot this area. Because I'm like here, so like next closest thing is like here or here, so I have to like either backtrack this way or backtrack that way, versus just backtracking a little bit to kind of grab this and then maybe grab this and then maybe grab like this stuff along the way. Like I think backtracking, going here and then going up that way is going to end up just being faster if I have to do that. It also puts me in a better position, I think, to grab that bat. Which I'm pretty on board with, like the bat that's like around here. Because if I end up like going here, then here, then here, and then going this way, the bat's kind of along my way. I do have to go out of my way a little bit, but less so than if I end up over here. Additionally, if I really need to and I low roll really hard, I can maybe go up around this way or something. I don't know. There's just like a couple of important things to get here. Like especially chain, I think is one of the things. Sure. Go to save plans. Like, okay, so turtle shell, actually there's quite a bit. So this I need for a weapon, this I need, oh, I guess this is like more optional since I can technically get it from Alley. But definitely want chain for shoes, want this for a weapon, want this for headpiece, want this for arm piece. So there's like a lot of pieces that I like really need here. Like otherwise I just can't get very far into like 4 different pieces of equipment. Like at least last game, the one that I ended up winning, like I think I ended up low rolling pretty hard somewhere. I think beach was part of it. It ended up not being the worst thing in the world. I think a lot of that though had to do more with luck than anything, because I ended up not really running into people in hotel from what I remember. And like if I had, I might have just died there because like I didn't have shoes done like at all. Like headpiece would have at most been like the blue version of that, you know, like yeah, it would have at most been tiara, I think, because like I probably wouldn't have grabbed stone. Well, I guess I would grab stones, I wouldn't have crafted them, or maybe I did craft them, I don't know. Like arm piece, you know, going here, it would only start to be an arm piece if I happen to get like leather from bat going into there. But then like the steel I need for that, you know, for a leg piece, like I need the scrap for this. The tights are also in hotel, I think, or where are the tights? Oh, the tights are in Avenue. So at most I would have chain leggings, because can't make killer heels without the scrap. Accessory wise, like I also need scrap for this. Like the box does provide some HP, but like it's not even half the amount of HP without the motor added to it. So yeah, a lot of really important stuff in Beach actually. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting queues to be as long as they are right now. I don't know if it's just people doing duos or it just Sunday things. Because I think I remember, like, in general, people tend not to play much on Sundays. And, like, I know that there were times, like, last season where I would... Oh, I need to move this over. Where I would, like, queue on Sunday at, like, a similar time that I did on Saturday, and just it would never pop. Like, I think somewhere around, like, noon to 1-ish or something. And so I eventually just gave up on playing ranked Sundays for a while. Just because I also had some other stuff going on, I think. Okay, so there's one other person starting here with me. Yeah, who's actually in this? Some Yukis. Other people. I feel like you're gonna be an issue later on, and you are as well. Actually, Sylvia is probably gonna be really annoying too. Yeah, I think I might just try to stay away from the Adela. Oh, and the Cicella. They got the plat last season, which is a bit scary. I feel like I've seen this 0-win person before. I feel like this person might be like a Smurf for alt account just because of their name is basically Sylvia. Krusty Krab. I'm guessing someone crashed. Also, I don't get what's up with these Korean name people. Actually, this looks more like it's like Japanese / Chinese. This seems like it might be Korean, but I'm not sure. Okay.
The experiment will now begin. Satellite radar activated.
When I open my eyes, I'll be in a totally different place. I don't practice religion, yet I feel a bit more at peace.
Oof.
I can make something better. Not totally awful.
think maybe I should just go.
Almost
Okay.
messed this up. Take a deep breath. If there were some beach umbrellas, it'd be a nice vacation spot. Almost passed this up. Gift no one will refuse. I'll take my chances. Focus.
Oh, that's plus something good.
Just set the trap like this. Almost passed this up.
Okay.
With precision. This will be useful. Probably.
A subject has been terminated.
Find a use for this. Not totally awful. This might hurt just a lot. A nap would be refreshing. I can make something better. I'll use it well. I don't think I'm particularly talented, but I might have made something good here. I've assembled something useful. Anything useful? With precision.
A subject has been terminated.
I'll take my chances.
I should have gone to this cluster instead.
A new area has been restricted.
Yeah.
Not totally awful.
Oh, someone's already got that.
I think I'm
Okay.
particularly talented, but
I
might
think I'll
need
still
something good
teleport
here.
into there.
This alley is filthy.
At this point, I'm
A
getting
subject
cams.
has been terminated.
It feels like cheating.
I should maybe not actually even go towards them. Oh, this is actually important.
Almost passed this up.
Okay. I'm gonna head this way. It'll put me closer to Avenue.
Enjoying the show?
I only need a few minutes.
Okay. I guess you're gone.
If you have something to say, show yourself. With precision.
Okay.
A subject has been terminated.
Enjoying the show?
Subject has
Oh.
been terminated.
Okay.
I've brought shame upon my mouth.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that much damage. I guess they were basically full build and I was still missing chest piece, but still. I kind of thought I'd have the damage for that though. Let's see how that actually played out. Oh, a big part of that might have also just been food. Because, like, after that first exchange, I just have regular bread. Probably should have just grabbed meat, made more stuff. Especially because like they were just gonna let me go. Until that happened. I was thinking, oh well, they've lost their thing. And then I should W here. Yeah, so it was looking fine to me at first. I guess they haven't ulted. At this point, I should probably just leave. Like the issue is I don't have any cufflinks left, and all my stuff is on cooldown. And then they ult, and then execute with E. Yeah, I guess their E isn't execute, so being low health is especially dangerous. Yeah. I'm also thinking, I guess I've heard kind of high elo people say it before, but like kind of just sitting back and farming tends to be the best way to climb just because it's very low risk. Yeah. I guess the other thing too is like there's at least Luke here. It might have been good to look to see who else was around. I don't know. Kind of just thought I could win this fight, but it kind of ran out of steam. Actually, I guess an important thing here is my crit chance is actually pretty low without optical camouflage. Like, I'm not sure how much of this was also me low rolling on crits. Oh, that's 2 crits. I don't know. I think it was just probably a bad fight to take, given I'm like down a chess piece basically. And I could be a lot stronger with it too. Okay. I'm gonna call that reviewed. Something surprising though is I'm losing like very little LP. Like I only lost 7 from that, and I was expecting to lose a lot more. I don't know, maybe that Krusty Krab person is just a higher rated than me by quite a bit. I don't know. I'm also wondering like how important like my weapon skill is, because it could be partly that like, yeah, I guess if I had weapon skill it would have been much easier to chase a couple of times there. But like I said, at any point the 11 could have just ult E'd to get away. Maybe that's the bigger thing, is it like it'd be very easy for them to get away if they really wanted to. So like me investing a bunch of, most importantly investing a bunch of time might not be super worth it. Yeah, I'm also thinking kind of from like a routing perspective. If I'm here, it might be good to like dip into school and then go in here just to like do Emerald Tablet and some other stuff. Or not Emerald Tablet, Butler Suit. I guess I'd be sitting on a lot of stuff though at that point. Pretty clogged. Probably more important to worry about food, honestly. Because like I ended up... Oh, you know, something else I could have done. I guess, you know, might as well review some of the earlier parts of the game while we're in queue. But like, I guess here ended up being kind of slow because of turtle shell stuff. But like, I guess that's dead. I don't know if like the wolves over here are dead or not. And like, importantly, after I see that the meteorite's been taken, it would probably actually be really good to try and go kill those wolves, or at least see if like the meat was taken or not. And also see if like these things drop meat, because I'm pretty sure I kill both of them, but check neither one. And like getting like extra food here, I think would have actually been pretty huge for the 11 fight. Because like during the fight, like at the end, you know, where I died, like I wasn't really eating food. I was like starting to eat bread at the end, but bread doesn't heal all that much. Yeah, the other thing is if I had gone here, I guess I don't know whether or not this has been looted, but if I had gone here, I'd like maybe would have had a chance to contest because it would have been faster. Yeah, I actually just have no idea if those wolves were up down there. I guess another important thing too is that it seems like everything here is farmed. Like these chickens are farmed, those wolves ended up being farmed, that bear just got farmed, I think. You know, these wolves and that bear are probably being farmed right now. So like from that standpoint, probably best to just get my stuff and leave. I do at least have the presence of mind to like make that burger. I wonder if that 11 is more just trying to play to rat. That's part of why they didn't want to fight. Because like I don't know how close it would have actually been if they just chose to like turn immediately instead of like trying to run away at first. Oh, it's okay, cool. It went through.
Now it's my turn.
That might be. This might be a pretty similar lobby to last time. Lots of Jackies. So, and a Shukai, and a Lennox. Man, I really don't want to have to deal with the Lennox. I'm like pretty tempted to just not fight her unless I have to, like really have to. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I just get silenced a lot and then I'm not really able to use abilities for a while. And then I get silenced again and it just keeps happening. But also she seems to do a lot of damage without taking a whole lot herself. As a result of me not being able to stick onto her. I probably oh, there's 0 win again. Probably ought to stay away from this Sylvia person if I can. But yeah, I don't know. I might just start trying to like play more to farm instead of just fighting the first person I see all the time. Because that's at least more consistent and I kind of really need to climb. Because there's only a couple days left in the season. Especially because I'm not going to be able to do anything like 2 days from now since I have some stuff. Or at least I probably won't be able to do. Okay.
The experiment will now begin. Satellite radar activated.
Almost passed this up. Take a deep breath. I don't practice religion, yet I feel a bit more at peace here. I'll take my chances.
Yeah, I think I probably should have gone into the building. I wasn't paying attention to where people spawn, so I didn't feel like confident that that was actually going to be the right play.
This will be useful. Probably. When I open my eyes, I'll be in a totally different place. There are some beach umbrellas. It'll be a nice vacation spot. This will be useful. Probably.
A subject has been terminated.
I think I'm particularly talented. I might have made something good here. I'll stay in there. I'll take my chances.
I think someone's already looted this. Maybe? Okay, maybe not.
A subject has been terminated.
It's a privilege. I didn't need to do this often.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
This might hurt just a lot. This will be useful. Probably. Almost passed this up.
I'm not super into finding out if that Shukai wants to
A
fight.
subject has been terminated.
Probably should have killed a dog.
I've assembled something useful. Not totally awful. A gift no one will refuse. I think it's okay for a beginner.
Well, it's gonna be in school. That's pretty good for me.
It's a privilege. Feel better. Take my chances. Well, I improved a bit at least.
A new area has been restricted.
A nap.
Oh, wait. I think I
Refreshing.
might have made a mistake.
A gift no one will refuse. I'll stay in there. I can make something better. I think it's okay for a beginner.
Yeah.
I could find a use for
Okay.
this.
And meteorite's already been taken.
Well, I improved a bit at least.
I think at this point, I just don't go for that. Go for this instead.
A subject has been terminated.
No one will refuse.
Okay. I'll just teleport to Ellie at
Might
this
check
point.
in. When I open my eyes, I'll be in a totally different place. I'd better not let down my guard.
I'll let you off this time. Hey, you're over the speed
Oh.
limit. Was
I
that too harsh?
don't want to deal with this person.
I'll let you off this time. So much fun. You can't. You're speeding.
It's a privilege. Take my chances. Let it get easy.
A subject has been terminated.
It
No.
takes discipline.
I'm going into two people.
A subject has been terminated.
I was weaker.
You can't.
Yeah, maybe should have just left that alone. It looked really free. I don't think there's like a good way for me to third party that without me still dying. Like, unless maybe I get the Sylvia? Like, the Jackie, I feel like I would have been able to handle. Alternatively, I could have also just backed off at this point. But the Sylvia... Oh, but if the Sylvia gets it, it's really bad for me. And honestly, I probably just have to turn at this point. Cause like if I decide that like I can't get away from the Sylvia, which I probably can't, I may just need to turn like E onto her Q. Yeah, I think the real issue. What did she have for her gun? Like there's a chance I just wouldn't have been. Oh, she had elegance. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I would have been able to like juke her out by going into this bush. But I don't think that would have been possible. Yeah, because she already... I would have at most gotten to here before she saw me. Yeah, I think I was dead basically at the point that I started to third party that. I guess the other alternative too, possibly, is just to like wait it out a little bit longer. Like, they were still fighting for a bit. I could have maybe actually finished crafting radar before going in. 'Cause yeah, let's see. I hear the Sylvia. Start walking away. I make the plate. I can probably actually finish radar now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, I definitely could have finished radar in the time it was taking for this to happen. Yeah, I don't think there's actually a better way for me to, or a way for me to get out. Maybe with radar I would have been able to like turn on this better, but I kind of doubt it. Because I think she's full items. Yeah, she's full items, and I'm less than full. She's also up on mastery too, despite not having kills. I guess her hunt score is way higher than mine. I must have finished pretty quick for her routing. Okay. I think I'm gonna queue up for next game and continue to look over stuff a little bit. Yeah, I guess the bigger mistake here like happens around here. Where oh, because I didn't have the steel, I wasn't able to finish plasma arc. Maybe at this point too, like maybe the play is actually just to try and find a rubber somewhere real quick, just to finish stuff up. Oh, I guess I just need, yeah, I think at this point I probably just finished the build. I don't know. I guess if it was anyone other than Sylvia though, I might get away with that. Just because Sylvia Chase is real good. But yeah, the bigger lesson here though might just be that if I'm gonna like third party a fight and I probably can't get out because you know it's Sylvia or something, I might need to just decide that I'm gonna like commit to both fights. Cause I really don't know like how well that fight would have gone for me if I just like turned from the beginning. Like I assume it's a bad matchup, and that person definitely is gonna know what they're doing more than me, just because like you know they're plat and whatever else. They probably played more Sylvia than I played Yuki. But like since I didn't really have a chance of, I guess, getting away, like I've got nothing to lose by just trying anyways.
My turn.
Yeah, that's definitely something that's like, I guess, been a recurring thing. It's just that there's like a lot of times where I just end up taking a bunch of free damage because I'm trying to run away when really I probably can't. And so then by the time I do turn, I'm already mostly dead. And so yeah, I just need to commit to more fights, I think. If I'm like stuck in them, just like auto commit, especially for people to chase like Sylvia. Actually, I also wonder if it would have been better for me to like let her get on bike right in front of the speed gate, then cue her to stun, and then walk through the speed gate. Because I could have gotten a lot more distance from, maybe? Well, I guess I would have just stopped momentum. But I guess she would be burning through fuel. Yeah, maybe I should look at stuff a little bit more next time. Also, it like started raining over here. And probably nothing bad's gonna happen, but I really hope don't end up having like a power surge or like power cycle or whatever that like knocks out internet and whatnot, because that would be really bad for a ranked game for obvious reasons.
The experiment will now begin. Satellite radar activated.
This way. I'll take my chances. Take a deep breath. Should I say a prayer? I've assembled something useful. Not totally awful. This way. Focus. When I open my eyes, I'll be in a totally different place. It's been a while since I went for a swim. I can make something better. Gifts no one will refuse. Almost passed this up. Just set the trap like this. This way. Focus. I could find a use for this. I can make
A subject has been terminated.
surprisingly heavy. I don't want sand in my shoes. It's coarse and irritating. Stay in there. I can make something better. Not totally awful. I don't think I'm particularly talented, but I might have made something good here.
Can we not?
A subject has been terminated.
I'm gonna hang out over
Sand in
here.
my shoes. It's coarse and irritating. A gift no one will refuse.
So that's in
A new
factory.
area has been restricted.
I think probably the only way I get that is nobody just being interested.
Anything useful?
Yeah, it's already gone.
Almost passed this up.
A subject has been terminated.
I'll remember this place.
Okay, people are already taking those wolves.
I think it's okay for a beginner.
Is that a shun?
Really disappointed if this goes poorly. Hello? Where do I
I'll go
check
ahead and
in?
grab these. That's a
Surprisingly
shun.
heavy.
I don't know if I actually beat that right now or not. Either way, I think you can probably get away.
When I open my eyes, I'll be in a totally different place. This alley is filled with
Oh gosh. I'm so dead. I am so
Subject has been
fucking
terminated.
dead. That was so much damage. That was crazy damage. Like, I think that was like legitimately half my health bar per Q. Like, let's just... Actually, I ended up still getting hit by that too. Jeez. Yeah, it's like half my health bar just from those cues. That is crazy. Are they even done with their build? I assume they're done with their build. They are mostly done with their build. Wow. That was like not even close. Let's see, when did I actually start entering hotel? I feel like it wasn't like a bad timing. It's like pretty normal timing, like around a minute left in the day. Maybe I needed to actually like finish crafting crown or something. I also don't get why the like tiara didn't just like keep going on me. It seemed like it was going pretty well for them. And I ended up just slowing both of us down. See, what items did they actually have? Also, they like lost interest after that, even though they were like winning. Maybe because they didn't have whatever? I don't know. Yeah, actually, I guess if I see that person in my game again, I can just maybe not teleport over there. I have to go to factory instead. I guess I could go up the archery range and then walk the alley. Like, it'd be bad, but it might not be the worst thing in the world. Yeah, I think it seems like at this point, if you're not actually full build by the start of like night one, kind of just looking to die, which is not good for me. Especially with like the amount of burst that 11 had, like food. I think I ate some food, but like food did not really matter that much, like at all. Yeah. And maybe that game, it was just time to like play like a wimp, like not take any risks and stuff like that with like how behind I was. Because like I've come back from worse games, but like I guess some of it's also just luck with like where I ended up spawning. Yeah, I'm also like trying to think if it would have actually been beneficial to like walk towards temple for like speed gate stuff, but I really don't think it would have because I didn't get that far at all. Yeah, definitely kind of a trend of me either like doing well or kind of not doing anything. I don't know, and like maybe I do just have to like risk the TP into alley every game, and like that time I just low rolled. That's like another possibility. Like if I don't do that, like I really need like glue and rubber, and I don't think there's any zone or any other zones that provide both. Rubber. Yeah, it's literally just there. I don't know, maybe I could have turned it too? I guess that was like another case of me kind of just running away and taking a bunch of damage and then not turning till I was basically dead. Actually, it might be. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so like if and well, I guess they're not really using auto attacks though. So let's see how much damage my Q does, because they do it to stop them. Yeah, that's like no damage. That is my highest burst still. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just don't win this ever with the current situation. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just never win this. Oh my gosh, that is so much damage. On the plus side, I'm losing almost nothing from these like pretty poor placement games in terms of like LP and whatnot. Oh, it looks like Krusty Krab is gold 496 LP, so that's why I'm not losing much. That and like dying to the Sylvia, who is like plat, or at least was plat. I don't know what they're at now. Oh, looks like they're gold too. Yeah, that's the real reason I'm not losing much, is I'm dying to people that are rated high. Actually, it's like the average rating for my games is like gold 4, basically.
Now it's my turn.
Okay, so at the very least, there's not an 11 this game. There's no Sylvia this game. That might be like the plat Cicella player person, but that's about it. Okay. Oh, and importantly, there's someone starting Chapel. Well, probably starting Chapel. I am also starting to feel a bit not 100%, which is not good. Okay.
The experiment will now begin. Satellite radar activated.
I'll take my chances. Take a deep breath.
I didn't actually check to see where they spawned.
Yet I feel a bit
Oh,
of peace
this
here.
is really not great for me. Yeah, they kind of just took everything. There's not gonna be people here either.
I'll stay in there.
Yeah.
I'll take my chances.
Okay, this is definitely the super scuffed gameplay game. Oh my gosh, that was looted too.
Is it okay to swing
Why is
this?
everyone looting chapel today?
This'll
I
be
actually haven't
useful.
found piano wire so far,
Probably.
and I did not find any piano
Improve a
wire.
bit at least.
Let's just grab this.
When I open my eyes, I'll be in a totally different place. If there were some beach umbrellas, it'd be a nice vacation spot. I can make something better. Almost passed this up. This will be useful. Probably. Surprisingly heavy.
Okay.
I could find a use for this. This will be useful. Probably. I don't think I'm particularly talented, but I might have made something good here. It's a privilege. Surprisingly heavy.
I'm just gonna try and sneak my way around in there.
A nap would be refreshing.
That might just be fighting.
I can make
Seems
something
like a lot of
A
pings.
new area
They're just
has been
looting.
restricted. A subject has been terminated.
feel any
A
better.
subject has been terminated.
Hello? Where do I check in? Anything useful? Not totally awful. I don't think I'm particularly talented, but I might have made something good here. With precision, no hard feelings. Hello? Where do I check in? Focus.
That Emma's full build. Yeah, I kind of just need to leave.
Almost passed this up.
I really want this thingy.
A subject has been terminated.
Well, I improved a bit at least. I don't think I'm particularly talented, but I might have made something good here. A nap would be refreshing. I think it's okay for a beginner.
Let me see if these walls are up. Oh wait, no, they're not.
A subject has been terminated. Someone is consecutively eliminating survivors.
Potentially becoming a target.
Oh, I need to get out of here.
A new area has been restricted.
Or not. Okay, I don't know who has the vision.
Anything useful?
I might actually need to get out.
It's a privilege. Shouldn't need to do this often.
Whoever got this might have just left.
I'll remember this place.
Ooh, a subject has been terminated.
Oh, this one. Easy for the both of us.
Focus. This way.
Oh no.
A subject has been terminated. Someone is consecutively eliminating survivors.
Go!
This alley is filthy. What a goodness. This way.
Thank you.
Focus. Better catch my breath.
Whew.
Almost passed this up. Only need a few minutes.
So much fun.
A subject has been terminated. A subject has been terminated. 10 survivors remain.
This alley is filthy.
Thank you.
Better catch my breath.
A new area has been restricted.
I'll remember this place.
Oh, someone just got that.
Almost passed this up.
I really need
Have something to
glue.
say. Show yourself. Dusty in there.
Finally.
Well, I improved a bit at least.
Okay, I think I go to make baked potatoes after this.
Talented. I might have made something different.
Maybe mithril quiver.
If you have something to say, show yourself. Dusty in there.
They're here now. Okay, I just need to go make food. Oh, there's someone there.
Surprisingly heavy. Not to disgrace this place.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that.
I'll take my chances.
I think I will see if there's glue here. Yeah. I'll see if that is left. No. Okay.
I'd better not let down my guard. When I open my eyes,
A new area has been restricted.
place. these machines start running all of a sudden.
Are there even any potato zones left? I don't think so. There's potato zones. Yeah, all the potato zones are closed, so
A
I guess I'll be a
subject
state gamer for now. Okay. Does someone have cams here? Yeah, they have cams. Let's see. I don't remember if there's someone in the hospital or not. I think I might just have to
Strange noises.
say whatever.
There's no escape.
It's a
There's
privilege.
no escape.
I don't feel any better.
How's that Hedgen actually doing? Not doing great. Wait, there's 2 other people here.
I'll remember this place. I'd better be careful where I
I'm
step.
gonna move on. Start walking towards Uptown. Okay, that's already been taken. I'm actually only on with comms now.
It's a privilege. Shouldn't need to do this often. Focus.
Who's the other person here? Oh, it's the Rio. I'm just gonna get out.
Can we eat the fish we catch?
Let's see.
Shouldn't need to do this often.
What could be inside my hat?
I'll take my chances. Focus.
Need my assistance.
This way. At least there are still some nice houses. It's a this way.
Okay.
I won't let it get messy. Better catch my breath. Almost passed this up.
Oh.
Is that all you got? This way. I won't let it get messy.
A subject has been terminated.
I really want other people having the mithril shield.
At least there are still some
I might come back for it later.
No hard feelings.
I really want someone to get wood for free as well, though.
I don't like this. It feels like cheating. This way. I only need a few minutes. This way. Shouldn't need to do this often.
Shoot.
Do I have to take my shoes off inside? I'll use
Wait,
it well.
butler suit.
Better catch my breath.
A new area has been restricted.
Let's see.
Anything useful?
I can just find a stupid pen. See how? What is that Rio doing? 2 kills. I got 1 kill.
this up. A gift no one will refuse.
Oh shoot, I really could have used that
I
meteorite.
had no idea I was this good. That's too bad.
Let's see what's left on Wick. Wait, is Wick's body gone? Oh, Wick despawned. Huh.
With precision. I'll take my chances. I only need a few minutes. This way.
Okay, I'm not catching up to you. Oh, you probably got that thing off the Hyunwoo.
Do I have to take my shoes off inside? I hope it isn't broken from the fall.
Okay, I will at least be getting that golden box, I
I
think.
need to do this often. I only need a few minutes. Take my chances.
It's a gift!
Shoot. I messed that up.
A new area has been restricted. Gifts by fate.
It's a gift. Do I have to take my shoes off inside? Better catch my breath.
Gift by fate.
Can we not do this?
There's no escape.
It's a gift. I only need a few minutes.
Oh my gosh, everyone just starts running away from me.
I only need a few minutes. This way. I won't let it get messy. I'll take my chances.
Where do they go?
I don't like this.
A subject has been terminated. Someone is consecutively eliminating survivors. Fate. Gift by fate.
This way.
A subject has been terminated.
I need a few minutes.
Oh my gosh.
At least there are still some nice houses.
So much fun!
This way. I only need a few minutes.
At least I can at least control the
The
console.
temporary safe zone will be designated soon.
Better catch my breath.
See, this has, yeah, that one has walls, so I don't really want to mess with it.
Do I have to take my shoes off inside? Damn it, I just have to go. My next Damn it, I just have to go. I only need a few minutes.
The temporary safe zone has been
Oh my
designated.
gosh, that
A
was so
subject has been
stupid.
terminated.
It's okay. I can't.
Man, Yuki's chase really does suck. Could have killed you if you couldn't get away. Could have killed you a couple times you couldn't get away. Could have killed you a couple times you couldn't get away. Admittedly, maybe like I should. I definitely would have died earlier, I guess, if Jackie had been better. Or maybe it was this person that I traded with. I don't know. There was a Jackie, but like I just couldn't follow people. It actually just sucked. I don't know how to play that better either, because they just go over walls. Like low-key thinking maybe I should have just fought the Rio. This sucks so much. People just going over walls all the time. I maybe should have just fought the hedge in here, I don't know. Okay, I think maybe something more important to look at is gonna be how I end up like taking stuff from Wick. Oh yeah, actually I killed Wick just before this. Yeah, admittedly I thought I had way more damage than I actually did. So at this point I eat cookie, toss steak, grab this, and toss stones too, really. Yeah, eat, toss, toss, and then just grab all this. Yeah, I would have been able to upgrade the headpiece. I would have actually been bissed out at the end of this. At least these health potions would have been pretty good. I mean, after this, it's just people running away. And I just can't catch up. Starting to think Myth Shield might be better than like Plasma Arc, just because it's more move speed. Starting to also think maybe Myth Quiver too, just for more move speed in range, honestly. At least in like these specific cases. It's like, I really just needed to be able to move faster. I also didn't think like the Daniel would be that uninteractive, but I guess I kind of already knew it. I just didn't think it. Yeah, and then I can't chase that. Honestly, I should just be farming. There's like no reason to try and fight these people when there's like any amount of walls nearby. I just can't do anything. Oh my gosh. I messed up that dash there, but like I'm still not gonna get that Emma because it's, oh my gosh. Like maybe I could have caught up if I like went around the other way. Maybe, I don't know, because I could have at least maybe like cut her off or something. If I just like D skill, W, E, just, I don't know. There's like no way for me to catch that stupid character. Yeah, what ends up happening here? I think I tried to like chase the hedge in or something. And then she just ease away. Maybe I need to like save my stun for when she tries to move. But it's like a pretty good part of my damage. I guess at this point I just grab the golden chest. Call it a day. And you're just gonna jump over a wall and you can't do shit. Yeah, literally this like last, I don't know. I guess to some extent, like even before this happens. Oh no, I guess the Hyunwoo I did end up actually being able to kill. Yeah, I probably should have taken this. I don't think the Jackie had that before they got a chance to get at this. I don't know what would actually be good to drop though is the problem. Like there's so much inventory taken up just because I can't make blueprints. But yeah, I don't know. The last maybe like 10 minutes of the game is just people getting away from me because they have wall jumps. Although I guess on a more, I guess it's more like 5 minutes, but like on a more productive note, I'm starting to think that I actually just like want to not actually be here. Like I'm like struggling to see how I actually benefit at this point from being in here. Oh, he was invisible using dagger skill. That's what it was. But yeah, that's just stupid. At that point, that's like so much damage without me being able to do literally anything. Like I'm, I guess 2/3 health, and then he presses R, and I'm just dead. Admittedly, I could have been eating food here. I wasn't actually eating food until never actually. And like maybe that would have been enough to turn it. I don't know. Oh, I guess the ammo would have shown up too, though. But yeah, if I would have burned up timer, but I'm really thinking the actual play would have just been like, hiding in this bush for a while. Cause like, as far as I know, I'm the only one that has cams, so that's like a pretty decent vision advantage. I can maybe just bush Wookie someone. I don't know. Wait, where did you get an emerald tablet? You, oh my gosh. This is so stupid. You rat bastard. But yeah, like from a macro perspective, like I guess Wick is probably going to expire by the time like we get to final zone. I guess someone does actually have vision on me at the moment. Maybe it's the Jackie, I don't know. But like I'm kind of struggling to see how I have an advantage for setting up in here like at all. Because like I end up the full timer at the end of this game, and like if I just wait for people to start killing each other earlier, that's actually to my benefit. Like there's actually no reason for me to be here. Like if I had traps, like maybe, but at the same time, if someone does like cameras or EMPs or whatever. Also at this point, I should maybe just go after the Daniel too. Like not wait for him to go over the wall, just like take the offensive. Also, actually, too, if I just D-skilled away and then W-E'd, since he just used his E, he might not have been able to catch up. And I might have been, like, out of range for him. But, like, instead, I just get uninteractively killed for the most part. Yeah, this is pretty stupid. That's actually just, like... almost like half my health bar with me not being able to really do anything. I'm not sure how I really played this better. Because like I end up rooted and silenced, or I guess just rooted. If I Q, yeah, if I Q, he's at least stunned. If my attack speed's higher, then he'll get stunned first, and then I can E. I end up Eing and then Qing afterwards. Yeah, I don't know, man. Is there anyone actually headed for the other zone? That's the other thing, too. Yeah, I don't know where like these people ended up. Yeah, I don't know. I guess this is like maybe kind of more reason to actually just not fight all that much. I don't know. I think this is probably the last game for today because I was already getting a little tired and this game was just incredibly frustrating. That was like so much work for just people getting away literally all the time just because I don't have a wall jump and they do. Like the Hedgen, the Jackie, the Emma. The Rio, I was just didn't get a good opportunity to fight because like I was half HP and then I just didn't really see her. But I mean, I think I don't know, the Rio might have been the best matchup at this point. Like might have been killable, but I don't know. Yeah, I think like it's a net positive of like 10 today maybe. I feel like I started the day actually at like 86. I don't know, let's see. There's a way to find out. Let's see. I started the day at 84, so plus 2. I might just do one more. Actually, no, I'm just not. I'll be done for today. Goodbye.